Hey, what's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate 2 Reviews. Today we're taking a look at the tie boss. You're telling me this is the world's most easy to use or simplest way to tie down things. Pretty much all you want to do is have this thing basically upright like this. This is going to be your load line right here. And then all you got to do is going to be one-handed operation. You can pull on this side. Basically, once you let go, then it basically grabs onto the other side right here into these teeth, and that is what stops the line. You can also more permanently lock that down by sliding it in there. So, I mean, this thing is pretty much one hand. You can unlock that, you pull this up, and then whatever your load is will then slide down here. Very, very simple to use. Includes a couple of hooks. You can hook this thing to the ceiling very easily here. I kind of wish that the design here gave me like maybe a hook in itself or something like that, so I had some more options. Because then I still have to run a hook on my ceiling here to hook into this. So I'm basically going from a hook on my ceiling to this, then to the tie boss. It'd be kind of cool to make this a little bit simpler if this thing had a hook of its own that I could hook right to the hook in itself, basically eliminating this whole piece. Would be kind of cool. But I do see a lot of application for this. They come in a couple of different sizes as well, too. This is going to be the smallest 1/4-inch size, maximum of 150 pounds per each of these. And they do recommend you kind of use 2 for most loads. Of course, that makes total sense. You want to have some stability there. They sent over their kayak sling, which is kind of cool. So we need another one, and of course, the kayak sling kit themselves. This is more of a permanent way to store kayaks, maybe up in your garage. Very simple to use. They've got, of course, 2 long straps, 1 strap in the middle, and of course 2 tie bosses. You can tie that right to the ceiling. I'm going to forego using the hanger sling because I use my kayaks quite a bit out of my lake here. So I like to just use these, and we'll get 2 of these kayaks going up my dock. I'll show you how easy this is. And I've got a current kayak system out there right now that, of course, is way more complicated than this. So let's go to the dock, and I'll show you guys how much easier the tie boss will be to use. Well, what a beautiful day out here. Water level is pretty low out here on the lake, but it's looking amazing out here. Let's go over to that kayak and see if we can change over to the tie boss. All right, I got the first end of it on just the tie boss now. Pretty simple, actually. It's amazing how much like complexity I have with this system to go into this system, and there's no moving parts here. It's all just basically one tie boss, and then I've got 1 rope here. There is nothing else that moves here. A very simple setup here. So let's do the other side and see how this thing works overall, but I'm liking the simplicity of the system. All right, and just like that, I am on 2 tie bosses holding up the entire kayak right now. This is a 2-person tandem kayak. Let's see how easy this thing is now to lower into the water. Only thing right now is the water level here is very, very low in my lake right now. I think I'm only like a foot deep. I'm into my dock right now. So let's see how far this thing can go down. And this is actually a pretty sweet design. And there we go. We are in the water. Plenty of rope to spare too. That was super easy. Very happy with how these things work. And then I can go down in the kayak, detach my clips, and paddle right on out. During how I pull that up, very simple here. All I got to do is make sure I hold it with one hand, unclasp that, and I can pull at an angle like this and just pull it back up. When I pull it down and release, it clips back in there for me, so it's not letting it out, not letting the rope go out from me, and that's about it. Let me pull this thing back up now. All I gotta do now is just put the excess rope up in the kayak, and that is that simple. That's actually pretty slick. I'm actually pretty impressed how well that works. Definitely different than a ratchet strap, as a ratchet strap is going to be at least 2-handed operation, and a ratchet strap is more for creating tension when you're strapping something down. So of course you have 2 straps here. One is going to be secured on your side, then this is going to go over your load, and of course you ratchet it down. But you're not really pulling something up. You're not actually applying force, over something that's going to be pulling it up to you. This is just basically tying it down. The ratchet only can go so far before, of course, you fill this up with the excess strap and you can't strap it down anymore. Whereas the tie boss, of course, is totally different because you're actually pulling something up towards the tie boss and you can go as far as you have rope. That's the nice thing about the tie boss. Now, would I strap down something on my trailer with a tie boss? Actually, yeah, you probably could. There's not really a reason that you couldn't do this. You would basically just use this side here, go over your load, and then you can just pull down on this side and get tension. Now, the one thing that does require something on the tie boss is you need to have a constant resistance on this side, because if you don't, then this side doesn't have anything to grab into. Unless, of course, you put it in that fully secure mode here, then, of course, you can have no tension at all, and it's not going to go anywhere here. That's going to be your one difference in the tie boss versus a ratchet strap. So I definitely see the pros of a tie boss. Definitely makes a lot of sense. And of course, with my kayak, that's pretty sweet. There are no moving parts out there now to get my kayak up onto the dock and up and down to the water. Very, very simple design. Definitely like that a lot. And a couple other tricks you can do is you can also take that hook on one side and put it through to give yourself an additional, basically pulley-like system, so you can really tighten that down. Very cool design there, you know, what you can do with this system here. I also want to see what is inside this thing, because this one is just plastic. Let's pop this thing open and see what's actually inside. Well, it looks like this thing is definitely got to be glued. As you can see on the other side, we've got just the nuts for those screws there, but I cannot get this thing open probably without breaking it. So solid construction there. I will give it that. It's not just 3 screws holding this thing together, but yeah, this thing is pretty solid put together. I'm not being able to pull that. I'm not being able to pull that apart without breaking something. I don't want to break this thing just yet, because I got another cool video idea I want to do with the tie boss. So if you guys want to check it out, guys, I'll leave a link in the description. You want to check those out. If you got any questions on this stuff, guys, this is actually a pretty cool design here, and I'm really happy to get to test out a couple of these. I know, of course, you can use the full kayak sling to do it more permanent, but if you're like me, use the kayak all the time, I like to just kind of put it on the straps and be able to lower down the water and go really quick with like a hook there. So, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and don't forget to check out Tie Boss, and have a great day.